It's episode 19 of Comic Book Jeopardy, and today the show is going to get a little bit evil. What's up, everyone? I'm Guy Wozniak, and this is the Comic Book Guide channel, and you are watching Comic Book Jeopardy. And yeah, today's show is dedicated to comic book bad guys, or villains, if you prefer. And what we have here are 30 questions across 6 categories, plus one final Jeopardy question at the end, and it's all about comic baddies. And actually, one of these 6 categories is our wildcard category that we do every week, and that is featuring one of the most brutal villains in cinema. And that was voted on by the channel members, you guys, that's right. So, what are those 6 categories today? Well, let's go over them. First up, we have Dr. Doom, and as you would imagine, what we have here are 5 categories in escalating difficulty, all about the one, the only, Dr. Doom. Category 2 will be Name That Villain, and in this one, we give you the villain's real name, and you have to tell us what villain we're referring to. Our third category today is Villainous Teams, and yep, 5 questions all about teams of bad guys across comics. Category 4 this week is Evil Origins, and these clues will discuss the backgrounds of a character and you need to identify who that villain is. Category 5, it could be a tough one. It's Supervillain Deaths, and as we all know, the only person in comics that actually stays dead is Uncle Ben. But let's see if you can identify the villain based on the description of their demise. And finally, category number 6 today is Darth Vader, as voted on by the channel members. Thanks to all you guys that voted on this category, which will include 5 questions all about the Lord of the Sith himself. And I got to give a big shout out and thanks to my buddy Drew for providing these questions for the category today. I appreciate it very much, buddy. Thanks a lot. Now, if you would like to participate in voting on categories in the future for episodes of this show, it's really, really easy. Down below this video somewhere, there's a little button. I think it says join. And if you click that and get yourself a channel membership, all of the tiers of membership give access to the weekly member polls. So join up if you would like to. And yeah, it helps us out. We greatly appreciate it. And you get to go ahead and vote on categories every week. Now, with all that said, I'm going to pass the game over to my good friend and co-host, Matt, and he will run you through the game board today.
It's me, Matt, and I'm here to run the board for this all-villain episode of Comic Book Jeopardy. So let's get right into it. Dr. Doom for 200. This is Dr. Doom's full name. What is Victor Werner von Doom? Name that villain for 200. Edward Nygma. And obviously, who is the Riddler? Villainous teams for 200. This team initially consisted of Doc Ock, Vulture, Sandman, Kraven, Mysterio, and Electro. Who are the Sinister Six? Villain origins for 200. This longtime Spider-Man foe was responsible for the death of Aunt May's fiancé, Nathan Lubensky. Who is the Vulture, or Adrian Toomes? Villain deaths for 200. In his legendary Thor run, Walt Simonson gave this villain a heroic. In his legendary Thor run, Walt Simonson gave this villain a heroic death as he held back Hela's army of dead to allow the heroes of Asgard to escape. Who is Scourge, or the Executioner? Darth Vader for 200. These are the names of Darth Vader's 2 children. What are Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa? And if you just said Luke and Leia, that's fine too. All right, that's going to do it for our 200-point cupcake round. So now we're getting into the 400-pointer, so let's move on. Dr. Doom for 400. This is the fictional country that Dr. Doom is the ruler of. What is Latveria? Name that villain for 400. Norman Osborn. Who is Green Goblin? And yes, we know he's been known for other names and stuff over the different story arcs, like the Red Goblin or even the Carnage symbiote. Anybody remember that one? That was short-lived. Villainous teams for 400. This team consists of alternate villainous versions of the Justice League. Who is the Crime Syndicate? And yeah, who doesn't love seeing like an alternate reality villainous version of their favorite character? Villain origins for 400. This soldier from a shape-shifting alien race was given all the powers of the Fantastic Four so that he could defeat them. Who is the Super Skrull? And anybody know his actual name? Villain deaths for 400. In the New 52 era of DC Comics, this imperfect clone was killed saving Lex Luthor in a battle with the Crime Syndicate. Who am Bizarro? Darth Vader for 400. This Lord of the Sith is Darth Vader's master. Who is Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine? Anybody remember his first name? I hope you enjoy those 400 pointers because now it's time to step up the difficulty when we dive into the 600 point round. Dr. Doom for 600. This is the number of doctorate degrees Dr. Doom has actually earned. What is none? He's earned none. Unless you count the honorary one he got from the Latverian University. Name that villain for 600. Oroku Saki. Who is Shredder, for all you Turtle fans out there? Villainous teams for 600. This team of villains was recruited by the Legion of Superheroes to help defeat the Sun Eater and were offered pardons but rejected them and then attempted to take over the world. Who are the Fatal Five? Villain origins for 600. In his first appearance in Action Comics number 23, this villain resided in a floating city suspended by a dirigible and plots to provoke a war between two countries. Who is Lex Luthor? What the heck is a dirigible, you might ask? Well, it's just basically a blimp. Villain deaths for 600. This villain first appeared in flashback in Avengers number 4 and then died a short time later in Avengers number 15, but left behind a considerable evil legacy. Who is Baron Heinrich Zemo, father to Helmut Zemo? Darth Vader for 600. This is the name of the group of dark Jedi that were trained by Vader to hunt down Jedi. What are the Inquisitors? All right, that's going to do it for the 600 point round. Good luck on these 800 pointers because now things are starting to get really tough. Dr. Doom for 800. The death of his parents has heavily influenced his motivations through his entire history. These were their names. Cynthia and Werner von Doom. Name that villain for 800. Owen Reese. Who is Molecule Man? Villainous teams for 800. This team originally consisted of Wizard, Sandman, Medusa, and Paste Pot Pete, one of my favorites. Who are the Frightful Four? Villain origins for 800. This frustrated athlete turns to a life of crime using sports equipment to fight heroes such as Green Lantern and Wildcat. Who is Sportsmaster? And yeah, apparently you too become kind of a supervillain after just a quick trip to your local sporting goods store. Or maybe if you're a middle school PE coach. Villain deaths for 800. This Iron Man foe is able to break Tony Stark's will over several years and drives him to drink, but then he dies shortly after donning his own armor. Who is Obadiah Stane, or Ironmonger? Yeah, that was a short-lived armored career. Darth Vader for 800. This is the location for Vader's castle, Fortress Vader. What is Mustafar? All right, guys, it's time for the 1,000-point round. I hope you're ready to tackle some of the toughest questions in the game. Dr. Doom for 1,000. He has the ability to swap his consciousness with others, an ability he learned from this alien race. Who are the Ovoids? Name that villain for 1,000. David Milton Hyde. Who is Black Manta? Villainous teams for 1,000. The second incarnation of this team consisted of Clue Master, Major Disaster, Clock King, Big Sir, Multi-Man, and the Mighty Bruce. Who is the Injustice League? And as you can guess by that lineup, it was done for comedic effect. Villain origins for 1,000. This former boxer was in prison when he was given a mystical potion by Loki to fight his brother Thor using his ball and chain as a weapon. Who is the Absorbing Man? Crusher Creel himself. Villain deaths for 1,000. This villain was famously killed by Wonder Woman after he killed Ted Kord and was mind-controlling Superman. Who is Maxwell Lord? And I guess that no-killing policy that Superman and Batman have really don't apply to her. Darth Vader for 1,000. In The Empire Strikes Back, this character sees Darth Vader without his helmet on. Who is Admiral Piet? And anybody remember the name of the guy that he replaced? All right, gang, that's going to wrap up the 1,000-point round and take us on to Final Jeopardy. And the category for Final Jeopardy this week will be Fantastic Four Adversaries. Now, if you don't know how it works, total up all your points from the previous rounds of the game and decide how many points you'd like to wager on this Final Jeopardy question. If you're not subtracting points for wrong answers, that's fine. We don't really bother about that. But if you want to be a Jeopardy purist, good luck. And now the clue from the Fantastic Four Adversaries. At times, this villain ruled the negative zone, controlling its inhabitants with a powerful cosmic control rod. He and his partner Blastar would clash with the Fantastic Four on many occasions, often when attempting to invade Earth. Who is Annihilus? Okay, and yeah, his first appearance was actually in Fantastic Four Annual number 6. And it was also the first appearance of Franklin Richards. And the Fantastic Four had gone into the negative zone to get some kind of antiparticles that they needed because Sue was having complications from her pregnancy. And it's actually a pretty affordable key book to find. All right, but yeah, thanks for playing Jeopardy with me. And now I want to pass it back over to Guy.
All right, guys. Well, that will do it for this week's episode of Comic Book Jeopardy. Let me say thanks for tuning in and watching it. I do greatly appreciate it. Now, do me a favor. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out the door today. And don't forget that next week is episode number 20, which if you remember what happened in episode number 10, you know what that means. We're talking 2 full rounds of Jeopardy with 61 questions in total. So do not miss next week's episode. Now, with all of that said, let me close this one out today. And as always, say this, keep collecting comic books, keep supporting your local comic book scene, keep watching our videos because we need the support as well. And until the next one, bye now.